Stay tuned. Your program will begin shortly.
Stay tuned. Your program will begin shortly.
Stay tuned. Your program will begin shortly. Stay tuned. Your program will begin shortly. Stay tuned. Your program will begin shortly.
Stay tuned. Your program will begin shortly.
You know, Fort Steuben Maintenance should be your first choice when it comes to any and all construction projects, whether it's commercial or residential. Make Fort Steuben Maintenance your first call. You can rely on them to be the experts when it comes to roofing, concrete, plumbing, carpentry, just about any job that needs done. Fort Steuben Maintenance, they're fully licensed and bonded and will even give you a free estimate. Fort Steuben Maintenance. You want the number? 740-283-4890. Got a sidewalk that needs replaced, or maybe your roof is leaking? How about some new windows? Who do you call? Fort Steuben Maintenance, that's who. Commercial or residential, they can handle most any project, big or small. They also do new construction and renovations. So get a free estimate by calling Fort Steuben Maintenance today and get them started on your next project. 740-283-4890 for Fort Steuben Maintenance.
Sports Online, another edition of our coaches show. We're down to one in Ohio and one in West Virginia. We're talking to head coach of Steubenville High School, the Mighty Big Red, Reno Saccoccia. This segment brought to you by Fort Steuben Maintenance, and we're here at the Cartledge Fieldhouse on the athletic campus of Big Red football. Coach, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. I know you got a busy week. We'll do this and move on.
Sounds good.
Coach, you win the two games. Your two games at home this week. You go to the road. Let's get a quick recap of week 12 in your win
Against Athens?
Against Athens.
Well, I felt that, just to recap it simply, I thought we came out and, coaches talk about starting fast and finishing strong. And I thought that's exactly what we did. We got off to a really, really good start. We finished really strong at the half. In the second half, we got to play our younger kids that also did a pretty good job in that game.
You have a tendency of consistently the games I remember watching is driving at the end of the first half. I mean, putting drives together, which will do you well in this game, this upcoming game, I'm sure. But one thing about this team has gotten better every week. But what I love the most about them, the discipline that the team showed. I think led by your seniors, but it was a group effort. But the discipline that you showed in a couple instances, in particular against Athens.
Yeah, I thought that was really it's just important right now. It's just important that our players understand that a disciplined team is a good team, no matter how bad you are. A disciplined team is a good team, and the referee even made a comment that 54 saved your guys from any further action, and he did. And Noah West did a really good job. He just backed three guys away, and um, it was and it wasn't a big deal, but
It could have been.
social media and all
been.
that, they could make it a big deal, but it wasn't a big deal. It was a 3-second thing and out of there, and the rest of the game went smooth.
I was really, really happy to see that, in the West, and we did point out on the air, Noah West was in the middle of it and pulling guys away. No further damage could be done. We talk about your team getting better offensively and defensively. I mean, your defensive front, I believe, led by Berge for the most part, has really, really played well. And then offensively, your offensive line's coming off the ball, and Aiden Davis continues to spread the ball around, getting a lot of guys involved.
Yeah, Aiden's doing a very good job, and we're protecting a lot better than we were in the beginning of the year. But, just right now we just have to keep improving, and like I told the players yesterday, we need 6 hours of focus. The rest of the time's wrong. We need 6 hours of focus and 3 hours Friday night of adding physical play to the mental preparation, and adding speed to the mental preparation, and adding relentlessness to the mental preparation. So if we can go into the game Friday night with that, that covers up a lot of mistakes, and it's tough to play third round of a playoff game mistake-free football.
Well, you're no stranger to the third round of Ohio high school playoff football. You've said many times that at this time of year the games are played from the shoulders up, and with that in mind, how's your practices been going? When talking about that.
Well, just we've only had one practice this week, yesterday, and I know this will be played till tomorrow, but we had a really good practice yesterday, and we had a really good film session. We had about 45 minutes on the film session, then we went up on the field and had about a 45-minute practice. Monday's really not a hard work day for us, but it's a mental day and it's a film day, and we take advantage of that. But hopefully we have an hour and 52 minutes scheduled for today and tomorrow, so hopefully we can get a good hour and 52 minutes out of our players.
Has your practice schedule, Coach, pretty much been the same throughout the year, or is it changed playoff time?
Well, our practice stays the same, but we probably change up the course of it. Like, you start out with individual, and then we go to inside run, then we go to outside run, then we go to team pass, group pass, and team finish up, red zone. But, as the year goes on, you change your inside run, maybe the group pass, then maybe the outside run, then the team pass and the red zone. Just, change up the sections of the practice. Offensively. Defensively, we don't change up a whole lot. Defensively, we work tackling, tackling, individual, inside run, outside run, 7-on-7, and team. So, and we try to probably get about 150, 165 snaps offensively and defensively every practice. But we go for 45 minutes to an hour on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday, about an hour and 45 minutes on Wednesday, and an hour on Thursday.
What seems to me, which I'm happy to hear, that everything changes, but it seems that the layout of your practice hasn't from the olden days, and that's individual, part whole method, individual, group, team.
Yeah, and the only thing that's really changed is we don't hit anymore. We don't hit a practice. I think probably about 15 or 16 years now we haven't really. I don't think we've tackled at practice in probably more than 15 years. But we do 6-station tackling, not bringing them down to the ground, individual tackling, not bringing them down to the ground. So I just think that we left a lot of victories on the field on Tuesday. You know, we used to scrimmage for 2 hours on Tuesday.
Big
That's
day.
just how it was. You know, that back in the day, you practice on Monday, you scrimmage on Tuesday, pulled up a little bit on Wednesday, Thursday, no pads, Friday, go play. Well, I think that's the biggest thing that's changed, along with the way, you know, football's been played on a runway now instead of a phone booth. And I think that, you know, conditioning is so much more um, required now than it was before, because I mean you had double tight full house and there was a lot of hitting going on but not a whole lot of running. Now there's a whole lot of running going on, and um, but you see most teams are going back to our offense, so we've never left. Most teams are going back to a tight end and a fullback and a spread, you know, back and forth. But you know, we've never left that, and I think two things that we stuck to is if you never leave your fundamentals, you never have to get back to them. And so we're very big on fundamentals, and we're very big on just um, double tight, one tight, no tight, fullback, multiple formations, and try not to get in a position where when they're in this formation they do this, when they're in this formation they do this, when we're in this formation we do this. We run our same offense out of probably 35 or 40 different formations. Defensively, we haven't changed a whole lot. Now, my first, I think it was my first 10 years, we were in a 4-4. Then after that, we were in a 4-3. And then in 2019 or 20, we went to a 3-4. And so this is the third different defense we've run, but the fundamentals stay the same.
Has that defensive change, Coach, just on philosophy or personnel?
Philosophy more than personnel. You got to make the personnel fit what you're going to do, and we just felt that we can control more gaps out of a three-man odd front. Basically, if you come out with a tight end or a double tight, we're in a 52 defense, and but the defensive ends aren't defensive ends; they're outside linebackers, so just more speed there. But you know, the nose and the tackle stay the same. Linebackers are different now. Linebackers are a lot faster now, especially your Mike linebacker. Your Mike linebacker has to be able to leave the box. Our Sam stays in the box all the time, but our Mike linebacker has to be able to leave the box, so he has more speed. It's more like our Sam linebacker is more like a strong safety when you coached. So you have a strong safety, and then you have a Mike linebacker. Mike should be a Sam, but when we put it in, it was a Mike and a Sam just to separate him from the will. And so it's our Mike linebacker that leaves the box.
All right, this is a High Valley Sports Online here with Coach Reno Saccoccia, sponsored by Fort Steuben Maintenance. Joined here by Dan Vogel, myself, Ray Saccoccia. Moving forward, we'll talk about a very familiar opponent, somebody you got a lot of respect for, with his coach Dan Ift, and been playing over the years now. I don't know how long it's been, maybe 15 years.
Since 98. Not every year since 98, but that's when we started. When he came there, we started. Maybe it was 97. We might have started in 97. But I remember they beat us in 98. We might have started with them in 97. But, if you ask anybody in, well, it's Division III right now, or 4, or whatever Dover is, nobody wants to play Dover. Dover's well coached. Dover has a great passing game. Dover has added running to their game. They play good defense. They're very sound defensively. They're well coached offensively. They're a good football team. And I don't think anybody would say, well, I hope we play Dover this round. I don't think anybody says that. I know we wouldn't say that. Although I did call Coach Ift after his first and second game. I was really happy for him because he's become a good friend, and I just felt that we went through a year like he went through this year with injuries and things of that nature, and they just buckled their belt and came out and they won 2 playoff games, and that's a credit to their kids and their coaches.
I think the expectation. I personally, just in conversation with people, I think the expectation was for West Holmes to win that game. But my attitude was, just from listening to you, don't count Dover out, because
Tri-Valley. They play
Tri-Valley. I'm sorry, because Dover can score. So a team that can score, then you got to get into the attitude of, do you outscore them or can you get a big stop?
Well, look at Dover's schedule. Look at Tri-Valley's schedule, and Dover's played somebody every week. They don't play any weak sisters, and they're just they're well prepared, they're well coached, and it's just going to be a great matchup for our players, and hopefully that our preparation. I know we will prepare because we have been preparing, but there's a difference between preparing and bringing that preparation on the field on Friday. So I'm hoping we can get both of those things done this week.
You're playing in a venue, Carrollton. I know you don't care where you play, but do you have any familiarity with the Carrollton Stadium? I think I was only there. I think Central played there like maybe 2005 or 6. I was there.
I've never been there, but it doesn't matter. In fact, this is the first time we ever played Dover at a neutral site for real. I mean, the other times we played them at Canton, where they had a 20-minute drive and we had an hour and 50-minute drive. We played them at Canton a couple of times. We've never really, and they beat us at home. I mean, the last time we played them in the playoffs, we beat them in the regular season. They beat us at home. I think that was 2020. And Carrollton's a good place for both schools, and it's about half the distance between both of us.
All right, Coach. I want to wish you the best of luck. Very confident that we'll be back here with you next week, but we take them one at a time. We're here with Coach Reno Saccoccia, head coach of Steubenville Big Red, as they prepare for their round 3 matchup against the Dover Tornadoes Friday night, 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching in. Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you. I'd like to congratulate all the coaches in Jefferson County. We had a great year. Indian Creek made the playoffs. Edison made the playoffs. We made the playoffs. Toronto made the playoffs. Central made the playoffs. And Buckeye Local had a good bounce back here. So I'd like to congratulate all the coaches in Jefferson County. Everybody feels maybe looking down on Jefferson County, but we've had some great coaching this year, some great players, and I'm just happy for the whole county, and want to congratulate our county.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate that.
Thank you.